It won't be much, but it'll be just enough to slow down your morning commute. The local forecaster is tracking the latest round of snow.
A 4-year-old rushed to the hospital after being hit by a car. What happened when the driver exchanged information with the child's mother?
Some call it a forced assessment. Others finally want their tax dollars put to work.
It's our money. If we stop this, we're giving our money away.
A neighborhood fighting over new roads.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
But we begin tonight with concerns about your morning commute.
Yep, shot of snow coming our way just as the heaviest of the morning drive gets underway. So let's start things off at 11 with Ben Bailey and what we're watching for. Ben.
You know, Kim and Devin, some of our worst commutes have been with just a modicum of snow, and that's what we're expecting tomorrow. Let's hope that we've had enough practice through the season that won't be the case. The first of that moisture starting to move into our south zone. It is drying up before it hits the surface. So far, no reporting stations over here coming up with snow. You got to get over to the edge of Lake Michigan before this stuff is actually reaching the ground. But once it starts, it's going to linger through much of the morning hours. There you see the current observations. South Bend, Muskegon, Grand Rapids all reporting flakes. You get on this side of the state and it's a whole lot of clouds, high and mid-level clouds that'll get lower as we head towards daybreak. So here's how the timing goes. Again, you can see those bands are going to have trouble with the dry air until we get closer to daybreak. That's when everything starts to get organized and stays with us through the morning commute. We do get a bit of a midday break before a second push of snow comes in, and some of that could be mixed with rain, and we'll talk about that coming up. But as far as temperatures in the morning, starting out below freezing and not rising much. Snow showers lasting at least till lunch. Looks like we'll pick up about 1 to 2 inches, and we'll show you who gets what coming up.
Okay, Ben. But before you hit the road in the morning, wake up with Local 4 News today. Get weather and traffic updates every 10 minutes on the 4s. That starts at 4:30 a.m.
A 4-year-old rushed to the hospital tonight after being hit by a car. The driver stopped to exchange information, but then realized she needed medical attention herself. Tim Pamplin has the night cam on Detroit's east side. Tim.
We're on the scene of Nottingham and Outer Drive. That's 94 Chalmers area on the east side. The 4-year-old little boy being listed in serious condition right now at the hospital after he was struck by a driver. Now, the lady who was driving, the pregnant lady that was driving the car that struck the little boy, stopped to talk to the mother after the collision, exchanged information with the mother. Then the mother started berating this driver. She tells police she started feeling stomach cramps. Again, don't forget, she's pregnant. She got herself to the hospital where she's being checked out now. The mother then took the 4-year-old up to the hospital. Police officers tell me this appears to be a tragic accident with a young boy just darting out into traffic. That is the scene right now on Nottingham Street with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
A Clinton Township subdivision is split on paying a huge levy to fix its roads. 5 months after the process began, things came to a head at a township meeting tonight. Jason Colthorpe was there and is live on the street in question. Jason?
Yeah, Kim, this is the infamous Thornton Road right here. And as you can tell, it's a minefield. And it's been a minefield for years, and I'm actually in one of the better spots. The problem is, to fix this road, you have to fix every road in the district of this neighborhood, which includes that street and a couple other streets that aren't nearly as bad, and that has a lot of homeowners angry.
Do you have a high school degree? Did you pass math class?
The township doesn't have any funds to repave.
How do you not have funds? Who's in charge?
These homeowners clearly do not live on Thornton Street, which looks like this when you drive it. And they certainly don't want to be forced to pay an assessment to fix their streets of Marston and Tessins, which have much less damage, but would cost them anywhere from $10,000 to $17,000 over 10 years.
Go look at my driveway. It's beautiful. My curb is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it. And yet you want to rip it up and make me pay $14,000 plus for this.
Yes, and it's because 80% of the people in the district signed a petition to get new streets, curbs, and drainage for the first time in more than 30 years. Supporters say it's the perfect time because the county is finally willing to pay half.
This is the first time and may be the last time we may be able to get our tax dollars back.
We may not get this opportunity again. It's our money. If we stop this, we're giving our money away.
But the initial 80% of support has dwindled to 61.5, and if it falls below 50, the project will be scrapped, and neighbors on Thornton will have to start over.
We're a community. We're going to always be a community. And love thy neighbor as you love thyself. However, I don't want to pay $17,000 to show my love.
Yeah, and it's tough to see at night, but this is really bad. You couldn't ride your bike out here, and that's what they're fighting to get fixed. Tonight was step 3 out of 5 in this process. They voted to push this to a second public meeting. If that passes again, they'll get to the last step, which gets to the bidding process on all this, and they'll try and put an exact number on just how much all of these homeowners will have to spend to get their roads fixed. In Clinton Township tonight, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Jason. An appearance at MSU by white nationalist Richard Spencer sparked protests and fights on campus.
It's quite an afternoon. Heavy police presence was brought in to prevent supporters and protesters from getting into a full-blown riot. As Mara McDonald reports, arrests were made, but the speech went on as planned.
Kimberly, Devin, let me give you an update on what we're getting from police. They say 24 arrests. They estimate the protesters at about 500 and only a couple dozen getting in to actually hear Spencer speak. Spoiling for a fight. All it took was one lunge, and white nationalist supporters of Richard Spencer and Antifa protesters went at each other.
America isn't just all about you!
It ain't all about you either, sweetheart.
There was a massive police presence prior to the speech, and while there were fights, it didn't descend into bedlam.
There's more than 12 people that were arrested and less than 2 dozen.
Police protected both sides from each other and were heckled for it. Ultimately, Spencer's speech was not well attended, and he barred our TV cameras from recording it, but did put up his remarks in a feed on Twitter.
We were being attacked on the level of race.
Spencer said he changed his speech because of the violence outside, which he laid squarely on the Antifa protesters.
Hundreds of people came out to oppose Richard Spencer, while only a few dozen came to actually listen to him. I think this shows that the Lansing community, the mid-Michigan community, isn't putting up with Nazis coming and trying to recruit in our backyard.
Police ended up arresting both Spencer supporters and Antifa protesters for their behavior, which ranges from weapons charges to disorderly conduct. You'll remember that Richard Spencer sued for his ability to speak here at Michigan State. He also wants to speak at the University of Michigan. We're in East Lansing. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara. A family in Livonia is suing a nursing home after video allegedly shows workers abusing an elderly man. The alleged abuse took place at the Autumnwood of Livonia. Family says their father started to complain about his care back in the summer of 2015, and that's when his son put a hidden camera in the room. He was shocked to discover a woman who appears to be in a nurse's uniform grabbing his father and throwing him onto the bed. Another clip shows an aide rolling him into a closet. The family's attorney believes the abuse may be racially motivated.
He's an Arab American, and because of that, he was targeted at this nursing home and horribly abused.
The nursing home issued a statement saying the employees in the video have been fired and all of the remaining employees have been provided with additional training.
Today, a freshman gymnast at the University of Michigan became the first male to accuse Larry Nassar of abuse. Jacob Moore is now one of more than 250 gymnasts to come forward. He and his sister were both treated by Nassar in Nassar's home. Moore was 15 years old during the time of the alleged abuse.
I was having acupuncture needles put in my shoulder, and slowly he would work his way with acupuncture needles towards, my inner groin.
Moore is the only male gymnast to make such allegations. He, his sister, and other unnamed victims are suing Nassar, Michigan State University, and USA Gymnastics.
Tense few hours for a worker in Oakland County today when he became stuck in the mud. Happened this afternoon on Hadley Road in Brandon Township. The Oakland County Sheriff's Department says the man was doing electrical work when something went wrong and he was stuck in knee-high mud for 2 hours. That's how complicated the rescue was as they worked to set him free. Still awaiting word on how he's doing tonight.
New school safety laws passed tonight in Florida just weeks after a deadly school shooting. Why few people are on board with the new legislation.
Also, will he or won't he cooperate? A bizarre turn of events for a former Donald Trump aide subpoenaed in the Russian meddling investigation.
For decades, he's enjoyed success on the field, all while hiding a big secret. This Detroit native is opening up about something we don't often talk about. His story, up next.
It's a little spot made famous by a big name. The local Chinese restaurant Jay Leno visited and loved for Tasty Tuesday. That's tomorrow at 6 a.m.
And over to me.
In the NFL, he's known for his strength, but off the field,
you just feel grief and pain and hopelessness.
This Detroit native revealing his struggle to tackle a different kind of opponent.
You're miserable, it's hard to explain to other people.
We generally think that football players are as tough as they come.
You're right. So it's no surprise Joe Barksdale struggled in silence. Tonight, he sits down with our Sandra Ali to discuss his battle and why he's opening up about it now.
Joe Barksdale says he is thankful to be alive. The offensive tackle for the Los Angeles Chargers tried to take his own life a couple of months ago after years of battling depression, something he kept a secret until now.
I know this is from my senior year.
At 6'4", 325 pounds, Joe Barksdale seems indestructible. But his biggest battle, fighting severe depression, has been off the field.
I guess I reached a point where, you're miserable all the time and you're kind of wondering, what's the point? What's the point of being alive if I'm just going to have to try to talk myself out of a funk every day?
Joe describes what it felt like when he hit an all-time low. It happened back in November. Sidelined after an injury, coaches told Joe he would miss the LA Chargers game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Joe left practice, his head spinning. His wife, Brianna, found him in the kitchen with a knife, ready to kill himself.
I feel like I'm at a funeral. You just feel grief and pain and helplessness.
Brianna calmed him down and listened.
You get to a point in your life where your normal is someone else's miserable. So your miserable is, it's hard to explain to other people.
Joe now being treated for depression, relying on his wife, Brianna, and their 1-year-old daughter, Kennedy, to help him on his journey. He says he's been depressed as far back as he can remember.
If you're feeling sad or down or something like that, people tend to look at you like, oh, you're just having a bad day, you need to get up out of it, nothing lasts forever.
And for the first time, he's opening up to try to help others.
I want to speak up for the people that have been trying to for years and say that no, these people's issues are legitimately valid, and I know from experience. I think the main goal is just, like I said, trying to help other people who might be going down that path that's the extreme. But, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to, save and improve the qualities of lives.
Like football, Joe finds music, more specifically his guitar, is also an outlet.
I aspire to be one of the best guitar players in my generation. It's helped me be more comfortable being who I am. I'm a professional athlete, I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a brother, nephew, teammate, mentee, mentor.
You wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, I'm a bunch of different things, and I'm also an artist, and I'm also depressed. And at the end of the day, this is just who I am. And the more comfortable we can be embracing who we are, the better our quality of life will be.
Joe just released his debut album, Butterflies, Rainbows, and Moonbeams, on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. With a new baby on the way in August, he has a lot to look forward to.
That he does.
This is the kind of thing, though, that mental health professionals say we've got to have more people with this kind of candor.
That's right.
Willing to open up about what's going on.
Conversations about it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, here's a look at what defender Karen Drew is working on for tomorrow night.
Would you let your child ride alone in a car with a complete stranger?
Some of the kids are setting up their own apps.
Kids breaking the ride-sharing rules.
Once that child shuts the door, that's it. They're at the full mercy of that driver.
The danger of teens riding alone in an Uber or a Lyft, and why some parents are letting it happen. A Defender's investigation tomorrow at 11.
Well, Ben's got an interesting morning ahead for you.
I know.
Yeah.
just a fraction of what we saw last week.
Yep. But we know what that can do to when we're driving.
Right time,
that's right, the morning commute.
Might be all we need to turn everything upside down. But the snow is coming. That's what we're discussing. But I wanted to show you temperatures. We're at 32 right now. We will be below freezing as we start the day. And you look up here to the northwest, usually we see all these colder temperatures and we say, oh, aren't we glad that that's not here? Well, those numbers up there, not all that much colder until you get past Bismarck. There's a little bit more of a cold pocket there. That's going to start working down for the middle of next week. So our temperatures are actually going to decrease as we head towards the end of the week. First things first, here comes the snow, and it looks like it's just about at our back door, but most of that is not making it to the surface. It's probably going to be closer to daybreak before a lot of us see the flakes. Nevertheless, as we said, it's not going to be a whole lot, but it is going to be falling during the morning commute. So we thought we'd look back. So far this season, we have had an astounding 57.7 inches of snow. Now, the snowfall season runs July to July the next year, but most of this started after, I think all of it started after November 1. Average for an entire season is 42.7. So we've already had 15 inches more than what we would average for a snowfall season. And tomorrow, we're going to get awfully close to that 60-inch mark for the season. So let's time things out. And again, most of this is not going to start till we get closer to the commute. It should be snowing during the commute for just about everybody. That'll last through about the noon hour. By that point, that band of snow is going to be pretty much in our north zone towards the thumb. We get a little bit of a midday break, and then another push of moisture comes in the afternoon. Temperatures may be warm enough that that could be a mix of rain and snow south of Detroit. But watch that area just sort of pivot around and stick with us through the evening and overnight. So that's going to add some more accumulation to the totals as we head towards Wednesday morning. May see a few snow showers in the end of Wednesday, but generally most of the accumulation will be done. So you average or add up all of Tuesday and early Wednesday morning, and this is what we're expecting, 1 to 2 inches. Just about a ½ inch is what we're expecting by tomorrow morning. So a lot of that's going to be coming in the second half of Tuesday and early Wednesday. 30 degrees tonight, but those high temperatures tomorrow will play a factor in what we see as far as that precipitation type in the second half of the day. 38 in the city for a high, but south zone numbers, especially down here towards the state line, we're looking at low 40s. That is going to be warm enough to support at least a mix of rain and snow. And then even though temperatures above freezing in both our north and west zones, should be all snow in those locations. There are the cooler numbers towards Thursday, but we do bounce back in time for the weekend. 42 on both Saturday and Sunday. A lot of sunshine to start, a little bit more cloud cover on Sunday, but we'll all be sort of taking a nap, I think. They're setting the clock forward or missing church.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, exactly. All right, Ben. We want to take a quick moment to congratulate our company's president and CEO, the one and only Emily Barr, who has been awarded the 2018 Golden Mike Award from the Broadcasters Foundation of America. Emily was honored tonight at the foundation's Black Tie fundraiser in New York. It's an event that raises money to help broadcasters in need after catastrophic events. She's one of a kind and really proud that
really
she's
is.
honored.
It's a very coveted award.
It sure is, yeah. Great honor.
It's probably sounded like a good idea, but one company's plan to change employee bonuses backfires big time.
But first, a former aide for the Trump presidential campaign subpoenaed in the Russian meddling investigation. What an afternoon with him. He's now changing his tune about cooperating. The story in a moment.